6 months. Girl, ghetto. What's tea? Am I quitting music? I thought about hitting the pole. I believe I can do any fucking thing. I think I can go outside and figure out how to make jetpacks get in the air and fly. Like, I'm telling you, whoa, it all falls down. Hey guys, what's up? It's your girl Ayanis. If you're new here, you're gonna love it here. And if you're coming back for another video, I love you. What is up, y'all? As you can see by the title today, we gotta get into some things, child, okay? This is the truth about the last 6 months. So that you can understand, like, how did I get here, okay? Say hi. Say hi, Chancy Poo. Say hi, Chancy Poo. I have a dog now, you guys. Well, my family has a dog. And so now I have a puppy too. This is Chance. He's so smart and so sweet and so handsome. Say hi, boo-boo. Hi, boo-boo. I have a puppy now because I moved back home. It's my family's dog. And I'm back home. If you watched my last vlog, then you saw that I moved back home. If you actually watched the whole thing, that's where I moved. So I moved out of my big girl apartment and had to move back home. And I know you're probably wondering, like, how the heck did we get here? Huh, Chance? Okay, y'all, so without further ado, let's just jump right into it. So I moved back home, right? Like, what's tea? You know, why'd you have to move back home? Which I sort of touched on in the moving vlog, but the basis of that was just that I was moving and that I was sad that I had to make a return back home. But the real tea is, y'all, I couldn't afford to live on my own at this current point in time. I'm just gonna keep it honest with you. I felt like it was the smartest decision to just reset and start over. Because y'all know bills is high, inflation, okay, you know, being a beautiful woman who still wants to take care of all the other things. You know what I mean? Even though obviously it's better to be smart and cut back on expenses. But I felt like, you know, have a reset, have a plan, save up, and just put myself in a better position than what I was. But I gotta tell y'all, like, for real, how I got here. So, baby, when it all falls down. I'm telling you, whoa, it all falls down. I was signed to a major label and then I got dropped and I parted ways from my major label, and I've been independent since. And I was blessed to have some sponsorships with some amazing brands and companies that I got to work with, and they were just absolutely amazing. Now, when I left my label, y'all, I had 2 songs that I was able to put out, which was You Better and A-Town, and I own the masters to those, so please go stream those if you can for me. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all because I get paid for those songs because I own the masters. Ownership. Y'all, I had to learn how important masters were. Like, when people are talking about masters, and for those of you that aren't in music, you can learn a little something here too. I'm in front of the window, so if the lighting goes up and down, just stay with me, y'all, okay? Anyways, masters is the kind of just like the ownership of the song, and you can make money off your music when you're independent. When you're signed, you make money off of like touring and different things like that. Well, you could own your masters in a deal. It just depends on your deal, but that wasn't my deal. But I own my masters and I'm independent now. Y'all are probably like, girl, if you can make money off your songs, then like do that. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna be honest with you guys, making money just strictly off the music, like, it doesn't make that much money. Now, wait a minute. Let me pedal back. If my song goes crazy and it blows up tomorrow and I own it, yes, I could become a millionaire. You know what I mean? Like, absolutely, like, off the music. But that is also just one part of it, right? The music. There's touring. That's where you see a lot of money. You have merchandise, and then you have brands and partnerships and sponsors and different things like that. I had sponsorships. Basically, those sponsorships kind of came to an end because I wasn't, you know, dropping music. And the reason I wasn't dropping music, y'all, is because for one, I wasn't in the mental space to make music, to drop music. When I got dropped, y'all, I felt devastated. The world was coming to an end. I felt like I didn't believe in myself anymore. I felt like I failed. I just didn't feel, I'm being so honest with y'all, I felt like my dreams were so close in my face, and then I just lost it all. Being able to finally tell my family, because I have been working on music my whole life, still am, but my whole life I have literally been dedicating it to this dream. So all of it, from when I was little, singing to the camcorder to my mama, to me being in a girl group in high school, to me dropping YouTube covers and everybody in high school laughing at me, to me finally getting my deal. Like, my whole life has been dedicated to this dream. So my parents, when they saw like that I got a deal, they were like shocked. They were like, wow. And don't get me wrong, I think in general, friends and family, because they know you, it's like they love you and they support you. But it's different when it finally happens. It's like, oh, we can see that you've been working hard on those things. So it kind of finally paid off and came into fruition. Okay, baby, like, because I used to always tell my mom I want to sing. I want to sing. And she'd be like, okay, baby, yeah. And she would take me to vocal lessons sometimes when I would drive up to my vocal lessons, which was like deep in downtown. And this is when I was in high school. But anyways, I'm giving y'all that backstory because you have to understand I've been working on this dream for my whole life. And then when it got snatched away, obviously it put me in a different predicament, right? Because that was how we're surviving and thriving. And me being signed, you get a bunch of amazing opportunities and a lot of different resources. And I was thankful for the opportunity of me being signed, because for one, it was a dream come true, and for two, it gave me a platform. It put me in front of a bunch of people that probably never would have seen me before. Like, I have a song with Queen. It's called Little Boy Big Talk. It's like one of my biggest songs ever, y'all. And the unfortunate part of putting out my music, my last project, I didn't get to perform it because in 2020, a pandemic happened, okay? And mind you, I had moved into my place. This is how we're getting to how I came back home, y'all. I moved into my place in the middle of the pandemic in 2021, okay? In 2021, I was blessed enough to move out and get my own place. I had sponsorships, and I was so happy because at this point I was financially doing better. When I got my deal, I was doing great. And then, you know, the hard truth about what people don't talk about is like, you don't really know when you get that much money, like what to do with it. You don't manage it right. And that happened. That was when I had money, I got signed, and then you have to make that money stretch. And then if you don't have a hit and you're hitting a plateau and you can't go outside and perform because the pandemic happens, then you don't have as much money. But then I got money again, which I was grateful for. Got money again, I was able to have, and also got sponsorships, and then I was afloat again. Then got separated from my label, and there was no music. It was mute. It was silent. I dropped You Better right after I got let go, and then I dropped A-Town. Which again, like I said, I was so happy that they let me walk away with 2 songs, because I was like, okay, we can keep the momentum and we can drop some music, right? I dropped some music and You Better went crazy. Like, I was so happy with how it went for that being my first like independent single after the label. 2022, I had to give y'all the timeline just so you can kind of understand everything. Then I got a boyfriend. That was lovely. I needed that. Then I became single. Had a boyfriend. Obviously, I'm in love. Also, on top of the fact I got dropped, so my mental was not where it was supposed to be, baby. And I was happy. I was in love. I was gaining weight. I was happy that I found a piece of happiness in that moment of darkness, because it was a dark moment for me. I just felt like the world was ending, and everybody was like, keep going. Like, you can still do it. Like, I know you can do it. And I, for the life of me, just couldn't pull myself out of that for a while. I didn't want to create. I didn't want to make music. I didn't want to. It was hard. It was a total mindfuck. Trying to work with certain people and then people not wanting to work with you because like you're not signed anymore. You don't have a budget. You're independent. You don't got the money. You don't got the funyuns to make something shake. And you can't get on all these big platforms by yourself. You know, it's a mind fuck. It's like, okay, well, why should I even do the music? Because, like, first of all, I feel like I tried. First of all, I don't even think like this. I want y'all to understand. I don't even think like that. I believe I can do any fucking thing. Like, bitch, I think I can go outside and figure out how to make jetpacks get in the air and fly. Like, that's how my mind is. That really put a damper on my confidence, you guys. I'm not even gonna hold you. Getting dropped from the label put a damper on my confidence. And my confidence is everything to me, to my music, to my whole existence, my dreams, my goals. So it was very hard. Being in a relationship was the upside. I was in love. Then that had to end. Now we're gonna fast forward to more present in the last 6 months, right? I had to give you that synopsis and that background so you can understand. Last 6 months, baby, I had to move back home because sponsorships came to an end. The partnerships came to an end because I wasn't in the right headspace to create content. I wasn't in the right headspace to create music. I wasn't in the right headspace to do the things that I needed to do, to pick myself up and do them. So I wasn't even creating music. I wasn't even putting out music either. And that's more so like there was some things happening in my personal, like in my business. And I just wanted to make sure that I understood everything correctly, because I really didn't understand this independent life and that you get a check and you own the masters and all that. I didn't understand none of that. And when I finally understood my business, then I understood that I had to make certain adjustments in my business so that I can thrive and do the things that I need to do. And I made certain decisions. I just wish I really would have understood my business more. But that's the part that people may or may not really they don't really talk about, because you don't really understand the business when you're first getting into it. You're just so excited that it's all happening and you're rolling with everything. So long story short, I had to get my business in order and things like that. Now that my lease was up, it was like, okay, girl, rent, and you living in Atlanta, girl, rent is high. You got bills. You got to get, okay, because not only do you have rent, you have groceries, you have gas, and then you want to do fun shit, bitch. You want to go try a new restaurant. You want to get your hair done. You got maintenance. Okay, and then obviously you got phone bill. You just have bills. You have priorities. You have things that you have to handle. Everything becomes overwhelming. You're at a standstill and you're overwhelmed and you're like, what the fuck? Obviously, it's like, bitch, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I thought about hitting the pole, stripping. I have thought about that. I ain't even gonna hold y'all. I'm gonna keep it a buck and a bean. I thought about hitting that pole. I thought about hitting that pole. But then I was like, girl, you know damn well. It's just a thought that comes in the mind. I live in Atlanta, y'all. It's not that crazy. Or I had to make a decision. If y'all saw my other vlogs, then you know I had got a job and I was so excited about that job, y'all. I was a server, y'all. Okay? I was literally serving people at this restaurant in Buckhead. It was actually not that bad. When I first started, it was really, really good. You know, the serving job. I had enjoyed it. I was like, oh, I'm getting money, I'm getting tips, blah, blah, blah. But then when you start standing on your feet and you realize that people aren't really that nice to you, like I have a whole different level of respect for people who work are servers and of service to people. I've always been the type of person that's always sweet and kind to people when they serve me, like tip them, be generous, and just be kind to them because they're doing something for me. You know what I mean? Like, being on the other side of that and working at a restaurant, you really learn. For one, people are not that nice, okay? They're not nice at all, and they are very much entitled, and they are very much like, you need to get my shit right and it's your fault. It's like, honestly, like being a server, you learn like, y'all, it's really not the server's fault when something is wrong per se, you know, unless sometimes you forget to put an order in late or something like that, because I've done that. That's happened. But 9 times out of 10, when your food might have a little mess up or whatever, there's certain things that we aren't like in our control. You know, we're waiting on the food and we're trying to bring it to you. Y'all, that was a whole interesting experience. Also, when you're working in Atlanta at a restaurant in Buckhead and you're dealing with different people, yeah, it's just interesting. It was a whole interesting experience, baby. Being a server taught me a lot about people, and it gave me more patience, and it humbled me. Getting that job humbled me, baby. Honestly, I've been getting humbled for the last 3 years. Okay. I hear you, God. I hear you loud and clear. And not that I wasn't humble, because I feel like I'm actually already really, really nice. I'm actually too nice, and I told myself I'm gonna stop being so nice. I'm gonna be kind always at the core, at my essence. But being nice fucking gets you nowhere. I'm just keep it a buck. Had a job, y'all, and then I ended up leaving that job because I just didn't like the environment. So I left that job and then had no job again, and was kind of just somewhat living off my checks that I got from my music. But that wasn't enough. Now you get to the point your lease is up, and you know, my parents are calling me. My dad, he's calling me. He's like, well, what are you gonna do, and what's gonna happen? Because like, you need a plan. You're 20 something. Okay, bitch, 20 something. You need a plan. And everybody's looking at me like I'm crazy, and it's just like, life just fucking happened, and I had to make a choice, and I had to make a decision. As much as I really wanted to continue to be on my own, I didn't want to just put myself continuously in this detrimental situation. And I said, you know what, you may need to just gonna have to move back home. At least you're able to move back home. Your dad is saying you can come back home, but he's saying you need a plan, bitch. So you need a plan. I think right now what I'm gonna have to do is get me a little work from home, but also I'm gonna treat YouTube like my job. So if y'all can really just support this for me, I would greatly appreciate it. Like, I'm about to pump out videos, like I'm about to be on my content zoom. But to those of you who are asking, am I quitting music? No. Like, people are like, are you quitting music? Are you done? Are you finished? Are you quitting? Are you gonna drop any more music? Like, girl, where is the music? Where is the album? We need the damn album. Where is the album? We need the damn album. But no, I'm not quitting music. Music is coming. I'm just readjusting to the whole thing, you guys. It is a major readjustment, trying to figure out your team, you know, everything like that. So I'm literally just starting all the way over. And now I'm back home. You know, I can't as freely create in here. Now I can YouTube wise, but as far as my music, you know, obviously it's kind of loud when you record. I can still create though. I'm gonna like figure it out and finesse it, but it's just a few things I gotta figure out, but I'm gonna figure them out. So there will be new music. I'm gonna be dropping a single that I've been having in the can for a while, that I've worked on with my friend who's a really dope producer. So music is coming. It's on the way. Just please be patient with me, y'all. It's been an adjustment. It's been a process, but I am so thankful for every producer, songwriter, everyone who still believes in me, every fan, supporter, person that I met along the way that's still like willing to be like, hey, do you need help? Like, I can help you. Like, you know, people I can call to help me figure things out. I am so grateful and I'm appreciative. Back home. I'm back home. I'm back in this thing. And it feels so different this time around, by the way. I think the last time I was home was right after I left college, because I dropped out of college. Ooh, ooh, yeah, this is a lot of tea. I had dropped out of college because I got my deal. I knew what I wanted to do. So yeah. In the last 6 months, moved back home. I had a job as a server at a restaurant. What else, y'all? Oh, my dad is like, yeah, what are you gonna do? He was literally like, are you gonna go to the military? Am I gonna go to the military? Y'all, I'm not going to the military. Like, I'm gonna make this happen. Like, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. I know it seems crazy and nuts and outlandish, but I have to make it happen, you guys. I have to make it happen. Like, there's no if, ands, or but. This shit gotta work. You feel me? This shit got to work. I really don't got nothing else. I've been working on this shit my whole life. Being a performer, a singer, a content creator, influencer, whatever you want to call it. Like, it's so funny. Me and my friend Dre been saying this. We've been doing content before content was content. You feel me? I used to have him pull up with me everywhere I go, and we would just film everything, anything. So moved back home, had a job, trying to just figure everything out. I've been single for the last year, almost a year. But yeah, y'all, the last couple of months I've just been single and enjoying it. And what's so weird, people keep asking me, like, especially men, they come up to me and like, where's your husband? Like, are you married? Why aren't you married? I'm not married. okay? Well, for one, I need to get my shit together. Oh, I would love to meet a man that would say he gonna be a provider and protect and take care of me and do all that great stuff. That would be beautiful. I have yet to be with that man. So I'm single. I've been enjoying my singleness, trying to just really heal a lot of my inner child, a lot of inner work, you guys, because I have been going through it mentally, emotionally, even me not being with my boyfriend anymore. And you know, that was a whole spill, girl. That was a lot. That was a lot. Even after the breakup, and then you becoming single and just healing from a relationship, and then, you know what I mean, trying to move forward, meeting other people and going on dates, and really dating in Atlanta, would not recommend. Like, that's why I like dating a nigga who don't live where I live. Like, I'd rather go out of town, okay? I'll fly, okay? Because men from here, they're just not my cup of tea. I don't know. I tried it. It just don't work for me. Sure has been a lot in the last 6 months, baby. But also on the flip side of it, there's other really cool opportunities that are happening, but I can't really discuss yet until it happens. You know what I'm saying? Like, the way I work, y'all, that's why we catching up on a 6 month, okay, what happened in the last 6 months? Because y'all, I like to talk about it like when everything is cleared, when everything is concrete. I don't like to talk about what's gonna happen. I like to talk about what's happening, what happened, you know? So yeah, y'all, I hope that I caught y'all up on the last 6 months. You know, it's been ghetto. I've learned a lot about myself. It's been a lot, okay? And I just want to say I'm thankful for my friends and my family that is in my life, because they really keep me grounded, because there have been so many times, bitch, that I have boo-hoo cried and was like, how the fuck am I gonna get out of all of this, okay? And it takes a lot to be transparent about all these things, you guys. People don't, it's not easy to get in front of a camera and people watching you and judging you and your every move and thinking like, that's crazy, that could never be me. Let me tell you something about life. Don't ever say that could never be you, because it could be you. It could be you. It could be you, child. The last 6 months, girl, ghetto. I'm looking forward to the next 6 months, because it's about to be summertime and I'm gonna be outside. I'm gonna be fine. My birthday's coming up. I'm going on vacations. I've got some things I'm gonna be doing. Y'all, I believe in myself so much. I'm just gonna make it happen. I'm hopping back in my Delulu bag. I don't even know how everything is gonna happen, but it's gonna happen, okay? I'm just hopping back in my Delulu bag, and I hope you guys will support me along this journey. I love y'all. Like I said, it takes a lot of guts to get up here and talk to y'all about all that I have going on, and I need to be open and transparent, because not only do I feel like there's other people that are going through this and growing through this that need to hear, like, it's gonna be okay and you're gonna get through it. Because literally, it's gonna be okay. Like, me and my bestie always say to each other, like, literally, it's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. It's going to be okay. Like, it has to be. And when you think about it, when you've been through something, and God is so good. God is so good. In the midst of setback after setback after setback, God is good to me. I'm still here. I'm able. I'm alive. I'm well. I'm happy. I'm grateful. There are so many things. And I love this quote. I want to say this to you guys. How good is it that I haven't even seen my best days of my life yet? Whew, mind blowing, because I've had some best days. I've had some worst days. Bitch, I done had some worst days. I had some best days, and the best days are on the way. Continuously going to happen to me, and life is going to work out for me no matter what I'm going through. So I love you guys. I hope you enjoyed this sit down, and yeah, that's the truth about the last 6 months. I love y'all. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys on the next video.